Hello students, welcome to another session of Teaching Aura, and today our topic is parts of speech. So before knowing that, what do you mean by a sentence? A group of words together we call it as a sentence. That same group of words, if we divide and name it specifically, we call them as parts of speech. Now, how many types of parts of speech we have? We have totally 8 types of parts of speech. Now, the first one is noun. What do you mean by noun? The definition is name of thing or a person. You name it anything, okay? In our childhood, we use it to play name, place, animal, thing. So, all that comes under noun. So, you name anything, those are considered as a noun. Let us see the examples. Karna. Karna is a name of a person. So, it comes under noun. Notebook is a name of a thing. Hyderabad is a name of a place. Children. Children has a particular meaning in it, that is a group of kids. So hence this children is also called as a noun. So hence children, office, building, all such things also comes under the first category, that is noun. So in simple, let us remember it with names. Let us see the example in sentences. In examination, they won't give you one word and they don't ask you to identify the parts of speech. They give in the form of a sentence. So let us take the examples in the form of a sentence. Shravanti uses a blue pen for her notes. Now, Shravanti is a name of a girl. So hence this is a noun. Shravanti is considered as a noun. So is it done? Is all the nouns are completed in this sentence? No. Blue pen. Pen is a noun. It's a name of a thing. Now don't tell me blue is a name of a color, so it's noun. No, it is talking about the quality of the pen. So hence blue is not noun. Pen is noun. And notes. So these three are considered as a noun. Mary had a little lamb. I hope you have heard about this rhyme. Mary had a little lamb. So how many nouns we have in this? Mary is a name of a person, and next lamb is a name of a pet. So Mary and lamb considered as a noun. Let us move on to the second one, that is pronoun. What do you mean by pronoun? Replaces a noun. Instead of noun which we use, we call them as a pronoun. For example, Shravanti uses a blue pen for her notes. Shravanti goes to school every day. So I can't use her name all the time saying Shravanti is doing this, Shravanti is doing that. So what do I use? Instead of her name, from the second sentence onwards, I will use she instead of the name Shravanti. So hence, when we replace Shravanti with the another word, such words are called as pronoun. For example, instead of my name, I use I. Instead of your name, I use you, they, this, those. So all these words are used instead of noun. So hence we name them as a pronoun. Let us take the examples in the form of a sentence. That was a good movie. So which movie was it? The name of the movie was replaced with the word that. Hence it is considered as a pronoun. She is very clever. Who is very clever? She. So instead of a name, we replaced the name of a girl with she. Hence she is a pronoun. So I hope you understood this. Let us move on to the third one. Our third parts of speech is verb. What do you mean by verb? Anything you act, any work you do is called as verb. For example, like, you like it, laugh, ride a bicycle, sleep, So all these words denotes that you are doing some action, some work, whether it might be a useful work or else it may not be a useful work, whether it might be a important or unimportant. We name the action with the verb. Let us take the example in the form of sentence. Come in please. Which word is talking about an action here? Come in. So you are asking to come in. You are giving a permission to get in. So this word is an action word here. So hence come in is a verb. Let us move on to the other example. I listen to the word and then repeat it. So how many action words we have in this? I listen. So listen, you are doing some action there. So hence listen is a verb. To the word and then repeat it. Repeat. You are doing again the same word. You are again listening it. So hence repeat is also considered as a verb. Next one is adjective. Describes Q and Q, quality and quantity. Quality means how it is and quantity means how much in the form of a measurement. So hence quality and quantity of a noun, whatever the word which describes either the quality or else the quantity of the noun, such words are considered as adjectives. Example, blue. The first one we have taken the example in the noun, that is blue pen. Blue pen, it described the quality of pen, how it is, how is the pen, which color is the pen. So it is in blue color. So hence that quality like blue, well, happy, small, huge and little, these are the examples. See, blue, well, happy, these words talk about the quality. It expresses how the noun is, the quality of it, and quantity, huge, little, these words expresses the measurement. These are quantity. However, quality and quantity togetherly it describes about noun and that we name as a adjective. Now, let us take the example in sentence. I have 3 novels. What is the noun here? Novels is a noun. So, the quality of the noun is described. How many novels? 3 novels. So, 3 is a noun. What is I? I is a pronoun. Instead of my name, I have replaced it with the another word. So, hence it's a pronoun. Next, Hari is an intelligent boy. Now, we have 2 nouns here. One is Hari and one is boy. So, Hari is an intelligent boy. So, intelligent boy, intelligent is a word which talks about the quality of Hari. Hence, intelligent is our adjective. Coming to the 5th one, that is adverb. What do you mean by adverb? Adverb describes a verb, an adjective and sometimes adverb as well. And not only that, there is another information. Verb gives extra information and adjectives, generally adjectives sometimes ends with ly and such type of adjectives are considered as adverbs, not adjectives anymore. Slowly. Now slow is talking about the quality, then slow becomes adjectives. When this ly is added to adjective, then this word is called as adverb, not adjective. So slowly is a adverb. Immediately, same thing again, adjective ending with ly, so it's become adverb. Next, very and to. These are the words which are giving the extra information about maybe a verb or adjective or an adverb. Now, let us take an example in sentence so that we can understand it clearly. He eats quickly. Now he eats quick. In that case, quick becomes adjective. Now quickly, I have added ly to that adjective. So hence he eats quickly. Quickly becomes our adverb. He eats very quick. Now, as we already know, very is a adverb. Now see, if I remove this word very, he eats quickly. Is there any change in the meaning? No. There is no change in the meaning by adding or deleting this word. So hence such type of words are also called as adverb. Now he eats quickly. How do he eat? Very quick. It is describing about adjective. Now the sixth parts of speech is preposition. Preposition links a noun to another noun. So it relates one noun to the other noun. Let us see the examples. At, in, from, with, on, after. So these are the words which are known as prepositions. Now, Ratna is suffering from fever. Here, Ratna and fever, these are the two nouns. So these two nouns are linked by one word, that is from. To understand in a better way, let us split this word preposition. So pre means before and position about its state. This preposition comes before a noun and it talks about a position of a subject. Subject means it might be a noun or else it might be a pronoun. Ratna is suffering from fever. What is the position of Ratna? That she is suffering from fever. And this from is a word which has come before the word fever, that is before the noun, that is fever. I hope it's clear. Let us move on to the other example. Cat was hiding under the table. Where are the nouns? One is cat and another is a table. So what is the position of a cat? It is lying under the table. So the is an article, so don't consider, and the table togetherly you may consider it as a noun, or else simply the table. You may remember this one by splitting the preposition, or else you can also remember links are two nouns. So let us move on to the seventh one, that is conjunction. Conjunction joins clauses or sentences or sometimes even words. Now simply remember conjunction means a combination, or else simply remember the clap. Okay, two different hands we combine together to greet, namaste. So hence in the same way conjunction are the words, two different words or phrases or sentences joined together with one word. Such words are called as conjunctions. Now see, people often get confused between preposition and conjunction. See, preposition relates the noun with the another noun. It talks about the position. But here, conjunction doesn't talk about the position. Two different things are combined by using the word conjunction. Now, and, or, but, while, because, all these words are considered as conjunction. Let us take the examples in the form of sentences. I am very hungry. Now, can we end a sentence here? Yes, I am very hungry. So, one complete sentence is formed. And the fridge is empty. So, here we are combining two different sentences into one by using the word but. So, hence this but is called as conjunction. She is happy. She is happy. One sentence. Her dad gave her a present. So it is another sentence. Now I will combine this both the words by using because. The second sentence is the reason for the first sentence, that why she is happy. So hence we are combining togetherly two different sentences and making it into one sentence. She is happy because her father gave a present. So that's all about conjunction. Let's move on to the last and final parts of speech, that is interjection. Means a short exclamation or else simply an expression. Whenever we are happy or extremely sad, some sort of expressions comes out. Before expressing our happiness into words, we give some expressing sounds. Such sounds are called as interjection. And remember, interjections always denote with the exclamatory mark. So whenever you see an exclamatory mark, that before word is a interjection. Let us see example. Oh, hi, ouch. So this is how, these are not the words, these are expressions. So we need to pronounce in the same way like an expression. Now, there are some sort of happy expression like hip, yippee, hooray, wow. Okay, all these are happy expression. And in the same way, we have sad expressions too, like alas, oh. Okay, all sad expressions. Why we are exactly happy and why we are exactly sad, we give some sort of expressions, and such expressions are interjection. Now, wow, what a beautiful car. Wow, it's a wonder. It's a wonder, expression of a wonder. So felt happy about the way of the car, the design of the car, hence the expression comes out like a wonder, that is wow. Next, yippee, we won the match. See, I can't say, oh, we won the match. No, because winning a match is a happy thing. So we need to always use a happy expression like yippee or hooray. Next, yippee, we won the match. So yippee is a happy expression. Okay, is a happiness about winning the match. So hence, this expression yippee is considered as an interjection. See, whatever you speak or whatever you write, okay, any sentence, any paragraph, all that combination of words are parts of speech. Okay, if you divide into a parts of what you speak or what you write, so each of that part has a particular name, and they are totally 8 different things which we just learned. Now I am going to give an alternate definitions for it, so no need of remembering 2 to 3 lines of definitions and all. Just remember the simplest form of alternate meaning which I gave, so that whenever you go to write any type of competitive examination, you will finish this topic in hardly 5 minutes. So let us see what is it. So remember these alternative meanings so that you understand the whole concept of parts of speech just by these 8 different words. Now remember these alternate meanings so that it becomes very easy to refer this topic anytime. Now noun, any names are considered as noun. Pronoun, instead of noun, whatever the words we use comes under pronoun. Verb, simply an action, any work you do comes under verb. And next is adjective, quality and quantity, how it is and how much. So it talks the quality and quantity about a noun. Adverb means extra information. Now sometimes adjectives ending with ly, this also defined as a adverb. Preposition, relating two subjects, talking a position of one noun to the another noun. So that is preposition, talks about the position of a noun and it always comes before another noun. So that is how it relates the two different subjects. It need not to be a noun all the time. Sometimes it might be pronoun as well. So that's why I have written this subject. So subject means noun and pronoun. Next is conjunction. Remember, combination of two different sentences into one, that is conjunction. And interjection is simply an expression of how you are feeling, and it always denotes with the exclamatory mark. I hope this class is very beneficial for your competitive examination. Keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.